Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Alright, today I'll be answering one question that so many young believers are asking. So many people have this question at the back of their heart and they need answers, especially for those that are in a dating relationship or are in courtship. The question is it bad to kiss, or is kissing bad in a dating relationship as a believer? Well, I would like to start by saying that the Bible doesn't expressly say that as believers that we shouldn't kiss. In fact, the Bible is not in any way against kissing in itself. Kissing, like we all know, is an expression of affection. It doesn't necessarily mean that you express affection to somebody that you are romantically attracted to or you are in a romantic relationship with. It is simply an expression of affection. That is why the Bible even records it that we should give our brothers a holy kiss. When the Bible spoke about this, it wasn't necessarily talking about just kissing everybody around, but just to show a brotherly kind of affection, brotherly love. That is the mere interpretation of that. And when we bring culture into this, we see people of those days, when they kiss each other, not like romantically kissing each other now, but more like a kiss on the cheek. It's just to express affection. And sometimes we don't need to take this literally. It's just an expression of affection. But back to what I'm saying, is it now wrong for believers who are in a relationship to kiss? Is kissing itself wrong? Well, I would like you to know that there might be some expression of kissing that might be wrong. Kissing in itself is not wrong. Like I tell people, it's an expression of affection, but there may be certain expression of it that might lead you to sin, and that is why for people that are dating or are in a relationship that want to honor God, kissing is not advisable. Kissing is not advisable. This is because for somebody that you are romantically, attached to, when you kiss that person, except if you want to lie to yourself, there are a rush of emotions in your body. So kissing in itself is not a sin, but it can lead to sin when you constantly engage in it. And that is why personally I would advise that you don't even do it at all. Just wait till you are married. Because what kissing can do is that it can lead you to temptation. A simple peck can lead to, engaging in serious kissing, and that can lead you into having premarital sex. Ask anybody that is in a relationship that has been kissed before. You will discover that you keep craving for more. That is one thing about sexual temptation. You keep craving for more. And sexual temptations doesn't just start with big things. People don't start with the big hearts, but they start with the smaller ones. It's a gradual process. It starts with a thought to an action, and then to the big deal, to the big sin. Mind you, there's nothing like big or small sin, but that's just to say that, as minute as kissing might look, it can actually lead you to having premarital sex, and that is what God frowns at. So for people that want to honor God in their relationship, I would advise that you do away with it. Just, there is something called boundary of touch, boundary of words, boundary of physical boundaries. All right, this is one of the boundaries that you have to set in your relationship if indeed you want to honor God. It's not like God doesn't want you to do that, but what it can lead to is what you should guide against. And I would like to just read 3 scriptures just to back up what I'm saying. The first one is from Proverbs chapter 6 verse 27 to 33. It says, "Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes will not be burned?" How does this relate to kissing? Can you constantly engage in kissing and hope that you will not have sex? When kissing most of the time triggers an emotion in you. Kissing itself is a form of foreplay. And what does foreplay lead to? it leads to the deal itself, the do itself. All right, so this is something you might want to guide against. It's not just might, something you should guide against. Another one is that Songs of Solomon 8 verse 4 says, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. So while you are waiting, while you are trusting God, why don't you just wait till when you are married before you start engaging in some things that would trigger premarital sex? Do not awaken love while it so desires. Do not awaken your emotions or turn yourself on until you are in the confines of holy matrimony. And so this is why I will say that just don't do it till you are married. It is better to, be safe or to prevent, premarital sex than to be sorry and asking God for forgiveness later when it will be too late to. God frowns at these things, and so as believers we should guide against every strategy and every wiles of the devil. Well, the last one is 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18. It says, flee from sexual immorality. Flee from sexual immorality. Kissing leads to sexual immorality. So if you are asked to flee from sexual immorality, I think you should also add kissing to the list. You should also add kissing to the list. So is kissing bad? No. But can kissing lead to sin and sexual immorality? Yes. And should you, as a believer that wants to honor God in your relationship, in your courtship, do away with it? Yes. So that at the end of the day, God can be glorified in your relationship, and God can be happy with your relationship. One thing that should be, your anchor in your relationship is that you want to honor God, regardless of whatever you might be feeling or the temptations. One thing you should choose to do is to honor God, and honoring God means that you flee from sexual immorality. I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has encouraged and uplifted you in one way or the other. Do let me know if you've learned one or two lessons from this in the comment section below.